I'm gonna say a pretty fun and more personal level so you can get to know me more as a mommy. And this is also a collab video with my friend Kelly. Here on YouTube, I will have her channel information linked below. She's a mama of 2 beautiful boys. She has such adorable kids. She has kind of like a similar channel. A lot of her channel is based around her children and like vlogs and stuff like that. She has a beautiful, lovely family. I think you guys would enjoy her and her children and all of their cuteness to come with it. She's also going to be doing a mom tag video as well, so you can kind of get to know her more on a personal level and get some insight of her being a mama. So don't forget to head down below, click her link, and go show her some love and let her know that I sent you over there. So without further ado, let's get to know me personally, more on a personal level, being a mama. I got 20 questions here I'm going to go over, and I'm super excited to kind of give you guys my insight from my point of view being a mama. So first one, how old were you when you had your first child? And so you guys know, if it sounds like I'm talking low, Samir's in here sleeping. I don't want to wake him. Just in case I sound a little quieter than normal. But first question, how old were you when you had your first child? I was 23. Yeah, I was 23 when I had my first child. He will be 5. So right now he's currently 4. I'm 27 and he will be 5 in 3 short months. And oh my gosh, it goes so fast. He started preschool this year and everybody's warning me, like, once school starts, like, it just zooms out by. And I can imagine, because this first 5 years, I was just looking at baby pictures of him yesterday, reminiscing, and it seems like yesterday I was a first-time mom coming home with my sweet baby and just feeling like my world was complete. And then I had more kids, and it's like, how much more love can I give? But that was off subject. I was 23 when I had my first baby. Question number 2, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? The hardest thing for me, when I was about 13 or 14, I got hit by a car. And when I got hit by a car, I had a fractured pelvis. So that came with a lot of problems, especially during pregnancy. And my right pelvis was actually the one that was fractured. So when I was pregnant, that, especially once I got to like halfway, it was just a lot of pain. And especially my last pregnancy, that's when it bothered me the most. And then they say the more pregnancies you have, round ligament pain, all of that, but my pelvis, it was horrible. Like, just to sleep, to get out of bed, I felt like I was like 90. It was horrible. So that was probably the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months. Number 3, can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? I would say being catered. Because when you're pregnant, literally, it's like you're up on a pedestal and everybody wants to feed you. They just, how's the baby? How are you? Who doesn't love that? So suck it up for 9 months while you can. Number 4, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I would say probably a little bit of both. Everybody's birth experience is different. Everybody's pain tolerance is different. I know me, I have a very, very high pain tolerance. And with my first, I had 14 hours of back labor, and my mom and cousin were in there with me with my first baby, and they both said that that was probably the quietest they've ever heard me in my life. Yes, like I said before, I'm a really shy person, but once you get to know me, I talk. I love to talk. So when I was in labor, they kept saying, you need to breathe. But I was breathing, I just was quiet. I deal with pain my own way, and back labor is not fun. So for all you mamas that had back labor, and I didn't want any pain medicine. That was the worst part of it. I didn't want any pain medicine. I wanted to hold off as long as I could. And I still remember my mom to this day when they put me in the water tub. And at that point, that's when I had my breaking point of after 14 hours of back labor, where I just like broke down and was like bawling at that point. And my mom was like, who are you trying to prove this natural, no pain birth to? And I'm like, no one. I just don't want an epidural. I don't want the pain medicine. But yes, I would say as far as birth experiences, everybody's is different. So what I heard, it was just a mix of everything. And I ended up having a C-section with my first, and I still remember when one of my other cousins came up to the hospital after I actually had my son, and she had C-sections, and I remember her specifically saying to me, if you're watching this, I'm sure she will see this, I hope you remember this too. She said, oh, it wasn't that bad. I was up moving the next day. And I looked at her and I was like, seriously? Yeah, that's what she said to me. I love her to death though. Number 5, would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? Well, like I said, I had C-sections with all of my children, and unfortunately I didn't get the choice to try for a VBAC, and I feel like my pelvic probably had a lot to do with why I ended up having a C-section birth, and then I was overdue with my first. But where I currently live, they didn't offer that at the hospital, so there's nothing I really could change, and if I could, I don't think I would. Either way, I'm blessed with my babies. I had healthy, beautiful children, so however you have your children, as long as they're healthy. And that's one thing to kind of go back into number 4 about being accurate of what you heard. The one thing I can say for sure that is true that I heard from everybody is all the pain and all of that once you hold the baby, it's just like none of it matters. You forget it, and it's crazy. You do. Number 6, what would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby? I would say don't be so hard on yourself and don't get so caught up in what other moms and other people are telling you. With my first, I was listening to everybody else and comparing myself to other moms and what if this, what if that. And a lot of it, some of them might not intentionally mean to come across as in a bad way, but sometimes a lot of people judge you for the mom that you are, and you have to remember at the end of the day, this is your baby. You're the one taking care of this baby. You're the one feeding this baby. You're the one waking up with this baby, showing unconditional love. So at the end of the day, don't compare yourself to what another mother is doing, because I promise we are all different. None of us are perfect. Number 7, what has been the hardest thing about being a mom? I would say probably patience. I'm not a very patient person. Like, I'm always moving on the go, and patience has been something that have yet to achieve, especially being a mom, and it's hard. My children try me every day. They push me to the limit, but I mean, it comes with it. I love my kids. I'm sure at some point I'll get some patience. Maybe when they're all 18 and out of my house. But for now, I just go with it. But patience is probably the hardest thing for me, is being a mom, just being patient. Number 8, what has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? I would say just the love, the unconditional love that I have. I have this love that I will never get from anywhere else. No one else will ever love me as much as my children will love me, and it just makes me feel like I have such a purpose now. And I thought I knew love, but I did not know love until I had my children. They changed the whole momentum of what love was. And you just think about it, your kids, when they look up to their mom, especially like boys, like a mother and son relationship is just nothing that you can ever compare. You're the first person they see, the first person they ever love, and that's just a love that I don't think they see no wrong in you. So I would say that's the most rewarding thing, just to know that I have, these beautiful babies that look at me and they just see perfection, even though I'm not perfect and I don't always feel that way. No matter what I do, my babies love me more than anybody else probably ever can. Number 9, what was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? I would say that the most surprising thing about being a mom would just be the unexpected things that my kids cease to surprise me with every day. That's just what the things that they're able to do, the things that they say. I feel like I'm just, each day that I think I've been proud of them, the next day they do something else that just amazes me, that I created these little people who just every day they never cease to amaze me with the stuff that they're capable of doing. And then just the no fear. Children have like no fear at all. Number 10, what is the best memory you have involving your children? Let's see. I would say so far, right before baby Samir was born, we all went to a resort This was about a month before I had him. That was like our first like official family trip as a family, and it was just so fun. The kids had so much fun, and just I never got to go on vacations or do anything like that growing up. So to be able to do that with my kids, like, just, it was like the greatest accomplishment ever. And I remember, I think I cried being pregnant. I was emotional, but I just cried just to see how happy my babies were. Just doing something simple like that, going to a resort and being in the pool, going in their first jacuzzi tub, like just stuff like that. And just, that meant so much to them, and it just made my heart just melt. That was just definitely a happy moment for me as my mom, as being a mom, as my mom. Yeah, I can never talk. Number 11, what was the most exciting milestone? I would say for all of them, just hearing those first words or hearing mama for the first time, it's just like, oh my gosh. And it just reminds me every day that I'm a mom. Someone else is calling me mom, mommy, mama. So that's probably the most exciting milestone, is their first word or hearing them say mama for the first time. Number 12, what is the worst thing your child has ever done? This goes to my oldest. I would say the worst thing that he's ever done is get some vegetable oil, cooking oil, that was on the stove, and it wasn't hot, and it wasn't on or anything like that. Thank God. But he poured it all over my kitchen floor. And I don't know about any of you, if you've ever tried to clean up oil, it is not fun. And for a second, I forgot that it was a child that did it. I was just like a mix of anger and then the patience had to come into play. But that was probably the worst thing he's ever done. I mean, he's a kid. Kids do stuff, but that was just like the mess. So if any of you have ever cleaned up oil or have attempted to, it is not fun. Not at all. Number 13, what habit did you wish your child didn't have? This goes to my oldest. I bite my nails. He bites his nails. I wish he didn't do it at all. I'm always, every day, literally trying to stop him. Don't bite your nails, and he still does it. And here I am, 27, I still do it too. And how many people throughout my life have tried to stop me from doing it? So that's one habit that he got from me, and I wish he didn't. Number 14, what habit of theirs makes you most proud? I would say just how much they care for each other. Like growing up, my mom and dad instilled in me and my brothers that, like, your siblings, at some point in your life, that's all you're going to have. So like my kids, that's really important to me, for them to have such a strong sibling relationship. And then just the love, looking at all of them when they're together, just the love that you see in their eyes for each other. That's just, it makes me so proud to be a mom, and it makes me think that at the end of the day, I'm doing something right. Number 15, do you share any similarities with your children? I'm gonna say children because I have kids, this all says child. Both physical and personality. I would say personality, yes, for sure. They all have the traits of me, weird and silly and goofy. My oldest, sarcastic and a smart mouth. Anybody that knows me, I always have something smart to say. He definitely has that from me. And I think they're all gonna be coffee drinkers. Yep, they definitely got that from me because they're always hounding me for coffee. Number 16, where would you like your children to be in 10 years? Since they will all be, oh my gosh, 10 years, Lakin will be 15, a teenager. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. Well, I would like all of them to not think about boys or girls. I'm gonna be that mom that's gonna be embarrassing, because I'm gonna feel like no girl is good enough for my babies, and vice versa for Ellie. So I just want them to, 10 years from now, still have a focus of school and, you know, their future, and just staying true to the values and the morals that we instill in them over the time. You know, and hopefully we do keep that path of guiding them in the right direction, and I just want them to never forget who they are and what they stand for. And that's just really what's most important to me. And I want my kids to know their purpose, know who they are, and just know that if they want something, go and get it. And never use the word no as a reason or I can't. Number 16, where would you like your child Oh, I already said that one. Number 17, what is something that having a child has taught you? I would say the love that goes back into the unconditional love. You never know what true love is until you have a child, until you have to, now be this role model and raise this little person and hopefully hope that you're doing it right the whole way. But I would say that it's just taught me how to love, how to be a better person, how to be more sincere and thoughtful of other people's feelings and other people's opinions. It just makes me think twice about the way I look at people, the way I talk to people. I just have to remember that I have these kids that are watching my every move, so whatever I do, that's what they're going to look up to. So it just kind of helps me remember to kind of be more of a humble person. Number 18, did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? Well, during that time when I got pregnant with Lakin, I had a lot of issues with cysts and stuff. So at one point, they didn't even know if I was gonna be able to have kids. My mom had a lot of the similar issues that I did before she had me, and she didn't have me until she was 30. So he was definitely a surprise, but he was probably the biggest blessing of my life. And once I had him, it's like I had a purpose. Before I had him, I just felt lost. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he definitely changed my life for the better, that's for sure. Number 19, describe your child in a single sentence. Well, all of them, crazy. I have some crazy babies. Number 20, how have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? I became more humble, that's for sure. And like I said, having kids definitely gave me a different outlook on life. I've never been, it's not like I was ever like a foul person or anything like that, but it definitely makes me second guess how I go out and handle people, because again, my kids are seeing everything that I'm doing, so I want to be that good example of a woman, as a mother, as a partner. I want them to see that, and my children are a reflection of me, so it just makes me just be more humble and more considerate of other people, because I have my kids watching me, and I want them to kind of have the mentality like I do, treat other people how you want to be treated. So I just keep that in mind. So those were the 20 questions. I hope it kind of gave you guys a little bit more insight on me and being a mama and my babies. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to head over to Kelly's channel and go check out and see how she answered these questions and get to know her a little bit more personal on the mama side. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. Take a look around my channel. I'm sure there's something here that you would enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to my very first group collab tomorrow. That video will be going live in the morning. It's super exciting and it's going to be funny. And it's me and about 6 other girls, 7 of us all together. Super excited for this group collab though, especially for I just want to show love and support to everybody else. Everybody's been so supportive and loving to me. So this group collab was just something that I wanted to do so we all can just kind of get each other's channels out there more, spread the support more, and just be here for each other. So stay tuned for that video that will be going live on Friday at 8 a.m. Super excited for this collab. Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!